I'm trying to make it different because someone stole my name.
I didn't steal it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Narcinda, and if this is your first time viewing, I officially welcome you. So please subscribe and don't forget to press the notification button to get notified. So I'm a mental health advocate. Apart from that, I create content based on mind care tips and life tips. So today I have somebody who's joining me. So huge.
My name is Mapalo. I'm a part of Mind Care as well. I'm a poet, and should I go on?
Yeah, you can go. So apparently we share the same surname, but then we're not related. So there's this thing that we have where he calls himself my adopted husband. But then I don't think. Yeah. In today's video, the whole reason why I had him here is I wanted to film a video based on men's mental health to educate you basically on what really goes on when it comes to men's mental health. So before I can begin, I would like it if you could define what mental health is.
Mental health. My definition is the state of your mind. The condition of how how you're doing, how your thinking is going according to your emotions and everything that comes with it. That's my definition. How your mind is doing. Are you sad? Are you mad? Are you angry? Are you happy? How do your emotions go with your mind? Maybe she can define it better.
Okay, so it's basically your state beat of your mind. Like, mostly we usually go to the hospital to go check on ourselves when we're sick, when we have a headache or something. So basically, mental health has to do with your emotions. So if you feel like your emotions are not on point, you have something going on. So it's just practically the sickness of your emotions.
Yeah.
Your emotions are not on point, they're not in check. So that's what mental health is. If I had to define it in simple terms and all, yeah. So what do you understand by men's mental health?
That's the toughest part, men's mental health, because now you've removed it from just it being mental health to men's mental health. Our mental health is a bit complex because as men we don't release our emotions, we don't express our emotions as much as you guys do. So for us it's very hard to even come up to define our mental health because we don't really get to it. As long as I'm not a girl, it doesn't really matter. So it's really gonna be hard for me to go up to a straight definition and say that's men's mental health, because I would say difficult. It's mental health.
So first and foremost, what factors contribute to your mental health?
Things that contribute to our mental health is our family. I would say culture norms, how we're raised. As men we're raised in a certain way. Even from a young age they call us young man, and those are expectations of what we're supposed to do. I love to say, even though it's not too good of a saying, but then I love to say, us is no plan B. It's either I make it or I don't. That kind of thing. So I would say our family really plays a very huge part. How we're raised by our fathers, our mothers, and all that.
So you brought up something about culture norms. So in terms of how we're raised. So how are you guys raised such that it affects your mental health?
Okay, I'll speak from a personal point of view. I was raised in a family. I'm raised in a family of 4. We only have one young lady. So from a young age, you get to that sense to say, when your dad is always speaking to you, saying men are supposed to be strong, you don't cry. Don't cry like her. Those kind of examples. So in a sense, we are raised to say, I'm not supposed to express my emotions because it shows a sign of weakness. It shows a sign of weakness. My dad said, if I express my emotions in a certain way, I'm weak. So I'm just gonna go up, I'm gonna just man up, I'm just gonna face my demons on my own and just continue living.
When you're raised up, the same thing that you've said, like when you're raised, you're like practically just expected to be a guy, to be strong, you know, even when you were beaten, like, you know, for us females, we are taught then you can cry. We can cry the whole entire day. No,
Yeah.
mommy, nalandopola.
Uh-huh.
But then when it comes to a guy, when they hit you, you're expected not to cry but to bury your emotions simply because you're a guy. So how does that affect you in terms of burying your emotions?
In a sense, I think you've actually explained more in what you were saying. Because, like you said, you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to cry. When I'm beaten, I'm supposed to bury my emotions. So as we were growing up, the more you get beaten, you stop reacting eventually. Because you just start getting numb. That's what I would use. Numb to releasing those emotions. Numb to crying. Numb to speaking about it. And then as human beings, the more we adapt to a certain lifestyle, a certain way of living, it just becomes you, in a sense. So the more you bury the emotions, the more it even gets harder to release them because you've got used to it. No, I don't cry. I'm a man. Oh, that hurt. Okay, fine. Tomorrow you wake up, it's gonna go away. But then it doesn't really go away. It's there. It's there, but then I just ignore it. I'm just going about my life to say, no, it happened. It's life.
I'm gonna take it in now in terms of failure. How do you guys handle failure?
We don't handle failure very well. God, we don't. We don't handle failure very well. Quite right, I might show to say, okay, I failed, and I'll come up to you to say, hey, Nora, no, I'm good. It's fine. It happened. It's life. That's just me making up the strong act. In the real sense, I'm crashed down. I'm very broken. It hurts like hell. Because we are taught not to fail. We're given so much expectations. In some other terms, I would say we're asked to be Superman. No S on the chest, no cape, but then same story. We're asked to be these superhumans who don't fail, who don't actually break down, who don't do any of those stuff because we're supposed to make it. We're supposed to, I would say, when it comes to you, let me say, quite right, we're married, just saying that. Yeah, we're married, we're in this relationship. While married, we're in this relationship. I'm supposed to be, your stronghold, your pillar, the person you look up to. So, if I fail, I feel less of a man too. I feel I failed you as a man. I'm supposed to support you. I'm supposed to do this. If I fail to keep a job, if I fail to provide, if you have to do that, then I feel like I failed. So we don't really handle it very well. Something we really need to work on.
Okay, so I'm gonna drag this to the most interesting part. I feel like this is a part that most females like, and which is the relationship aspect. So when it comes to us, like for us, our mental health, when it comes to relationship, it's usually drained when a guy cheats on us, or when a guy is demanding for sex and we can't give it to him, and we've definitely told him, say no, we can't do that. Then there's that other aspect of us being a side chick, like you're a side chick, or maybe you feel like he's not making you a priority in your life, or you feel like no, he doesn't spend much money on me. So that begins to affect us basically when it comes to our mental health. So I would like to know, when it comes to you guys, when it comes to mental health, what actually affects you, like in terms of relationships?
I would say normally we guys are jealous. We're very overprotective in some sense. I would not normally show that I'm overprotective of you and I don't like certain things, but then they do affect us. Let's just say she's talking to another dude, or I see her just standing with another dude. I know there's nothing there, but then we just have this anxiety. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But then you just have this thing whereby we certainly overthink things sometimes and say, okay, why was she talking to that guy? Was she supposed to be talking to that guy? I won't come up to you and say, no, I didn't like that. I'll smile and say, oh, who's that guy? Oh, okay, we're done with it. But then it kind of sticks. So I think in the aspect, I would say the first thing I would mention is jealousy. Jealousy really makes us insecure in some sense, and it seems like you guys are more insecure than us in relationships. But then the real sense is we are not. You just express it more. We will not express it more. That's when you guys come up to say the guy is becoming cold. It seems like he doesn't want it anymore. Those are when the insecurities come into play. It might have just been one moment, you talk to a certain different guy, you mention a different guy, there was a sign of cheating, it gets us insecure, we don't feel safe. There's one thing I always tell people and try to tell people, and the thing about it is, that's something that I've even noticed recently. I usually tell people to say, if I'm safe, then that's good. So it's security. That's something that really makes us insecure. If I don't feel secure in our marriage, I feel like you're cheating or something, even if you're not. If I just don't feel safe, that becomes a problem. I'll start becoming distant. I'll start losing it, overthinking things, and eventually it won't work. So I would say security as well.
Okay, so you mentioned security, So when does a relationship begin to get toxic for you people?
Okay, I've seen people say we guys tolerate more, or you ladies tolerate more. No, let me rephrase that. I think you ladies tolerate more, but then in a real sense, I believe we tolerate more. Because for us guys, we don't get really vulnerable at times. We don't get vulnerable. We don't get that kind of I'm in love with this young lady kind of state. Like I'm crazy about her. When we get to that state, you're in control. That's what happens. So when you are in control, which means I'm not in control anymore. And when I'm not in control anymore, I become agent. So now if you have the control, that's where it becomes dangerous. Here we get even too vulnerable sometimes, like more vulnerable than you do. Things don't make sense to us anymore. I can give from experience whereby people used to tell me to say, no, your girl is cheating, she's been seeing other guys, she's been doing this. I won't hear it. Those guys are just gonna be X'd in my box. I'll be like, no, they're just trying to be jealous, they're just trying to steal my girl, they're just trying to do that. Because now I'm vulnerable around you, I love you, in that sense. So that's why I believe most of us really become cautious when we're in a relationship. We don't really want to, go there, whereby we just become vulnerable. We don't want to go there because that's what really happens. So the relationship becomes toxic in the sense you're cheating, you're doing other things behind my back. I'm not going to listen to those people. When I get to a point whereby I actually find out, and I might just do something stupid in the end because I really love this young lady, and she just did wrong thing, I know those kind of things. So that's something I would say is very, very scary for us.
Alright, so I would love to thank you for what you have shared with me, and also it's really educating to the people out there. So what is your advice to the young men out there who are struggling with mental health and they would want to come out, but then they're afraid because they don't want to seem weak to the society because the society expects them to be strong? What's your advice to them?
Okay, what I would say is, even though it's hard, let's reach out. We don't want to reach out. We don't want to talk to people. We don't want to go there. But then let's try and go there. Let's talk to people. Let's look for the right people. Because eventually these things are gonna eat us up. The emotions will become too much for us to handle. There's a certain thing I say in a poem where I say, I've experienced so much pain in my life. I became some kind of master of pain until it hurt. So what that practically describes is you cannot really bottle up everything. Eventually, it's gonna come back, and it's just gonna hit you harder than anything. And eventually, you're gonna make a mistake. You're gonna go and do something that you're not supposed to do because of the state of your emotions and how you feel in that sense. So I would advise everybody to just reach out, look for people who can help. We have people who can help. We have Mind Care here. We have every other people. If you can see a therapist, see them. Talk to somebody. Therapy is very important. You let things out. You leave things there. And as you talk to people, you grow. You heal. The thing we're trying to look for is healing. It's okay not to be okay, but then you just have to have hope and look for the right people to talk to. It's okay to be cautious. We live in a very cruel world where people will use certain things against you. So search for the right people to talk to and just reach out.
So on my part, I would being somebody who has struggled with depression, though I don't know if it also applies to you, but then I feel like this applies to everyone. Saying strength is not concealing your emotion; that's weakness. Because you, as a human being, you were created with emotion, so you are supposed to feel each and every emotion that you're feeling, and you're supposed to let it out. It's not supposed to be bottled in, because when it's bottled in, it's gonna explode. So find somebody who you can talk to and let it out. It's okay not to be okay. What's not okay is to suffer in silence because you don't want to come out as weak. No, you being weak when you're doing that. Let's just be honest. You're just being weak. Strength comes in when you accept that I am emotionally down and I need help. So I know for guys it's really hard. Like everybody around you will tell you saying, if you want to come out, everyone around you will tell you saying, okay, you are weak, like for trying to do that. Be a man, grow up, like we're trained to be a man. No, you have emotions. Let's break the code of society. It starts with you, it starts with him, it starts with Mapalo. So if you will feel like this is something that needs to be changed, you can join the campaign and let's try and break this code of society where they tell us saying a man has to be strong. Let the man feel the emotion that he needs to feel. So yeah, I am gonna leave his social media platforms down below. And guys, stick around because next time we hear guys is a poet, so he's gonna do something on depression. Like so, stick around for it next time. I promise I'm gonna bring it about. And don't forget to tell a friend to check on a friend that's been so distant because you do not know what's going on. Guys, your mental health really does matter. Thank you for viewing. See you in the next video and don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.